Hi, welcome to ShowMeTheCurry.com. I'm Anuja and today I'm going to show you how to make Shahi Kheer. It's a very exotic and a beautiful name for Paneer ki Kheer. So, very simple recipe and very forgiving. And I actually used to make this anytime that my paneer did not, hold well for some reason, and it was just very crumbly, or the rasgullas just fell apart. This is like a perfect fallback. But of course, you can always just make paneer for this, or you can just buy store-bought paneer and make it. So let's just get started. I'm using 4 cups of milk. You can use full fat milk. You can use toned or 1%, 2%. Either way works out fine. Turn on the stove, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow it to come to a boil. Now anytime you're working with milk, you have to kind of stand there and take care of it. So please don't just wander off. And meanwhile, while that's boiling, so 250 grams of paneer, which is approximately 10 ounces, and about 2 cups of grated paneer. You can also use your hands and crumble it. Either way works out fine. Now one of the things we have to keep in mind is, everybody knows how paneer is made. You use some kind of citric agent to make the paneer so that the milk can split. Now we're going to be making kheer in milk, so now very important, at every step before I add the paneer into the milk, I'm going to wash it. So I washed it before I'm using it. I'm going to wash it one more time, just rinse it with cold water one more time before I add it into the milk. That way I make sure that all the citric, if there's any residue left or any little area that has extra, it kind of just washes off, because I don't want to put the paneer in there and this whole thing becomes paneer again. That's not going to help. So I'm going to grate it, and I'm just going to run it under some cold water and just allow the water to just drain out well. Okay, the other things I'm going to be using are almonds. I'm going to be using about 5 or 6 of them. I soak them in water, I skin them. Now I'm going to chop them. I'm going to be using just about a tablespoon of pistachios, which I've chopped again, and a little bit for garnishing on top because it looks gorgeous. And I'm going to be using again about 5-6 cashews, and I'm going to chop these as well. Also optional is saffron. It gives a beautiful color, a fantastic fragrance. Just a pinch will take you a long way. Take the saffron, put it in my mortar pestle, put just a little bit of sugar in it. The other thing I'm going to put in the mortar pestle is a few cardamom seeds. I'm putting in 1/8 of a teaspoon of cardamom seeds. Now some people love it, so add more if you like. I'm not a big fan, and nor is anybody else in our family, so I'm going to just stick to 1/8 and just grind it along with the sugar and the saffron. Okay, keep that aside. The milk has come to boil. I'm going to reduce it down to a very low simmer, and I'm going to allow it to thicken up. Chop the almonds and the cashews. Keep an eye on the milk. So this time round I'm not using any raisins, just by choice, primarily because the paneer is soft, and it kind of, the textures don't really go really well with the paneer. But if you like it, you're more than welcome to add it in. The only thing I wanted to warn you is that anytime you're using or adding in raisins into any kind of milk product, do it right at the end, because now this has happened to me before. I have put it in the beginning because I was really enthusiastic and I just wanted to get it done and over with. But guess what? One of the raisins had burst, and the juice of the raisin acted as an agent, and it made paneer. So I had tons of sweet paneer by the end of it. So don't make that mistake. So if you're adding in raisins, add it right at the end and right before serving. So once the milk had come to a boil, I had reduced the heat or the temperature down to the minimum to simmer basically, or I just stood here. So anytime I was here, I would just crank it up a little bit and just baby it. And I don't like the cream that it forms, so I'm constantly stirring it. But if you enjoy that, you don't have to. The other thing I want to definitely mention is this is a great recipe to make in a crock pot or a slow cooker. It is just fabulous. You put it in, and by the time your guests come and everything, and just add in the paneer at that time, add in the dry fruit, and just let it boil for just another 10 minutes and it's done. I just love making kheers in a crock pot. So at this point I'm going to add in the cardamom, sugar and the saffron mixture, the dry fruits, 1 tablespoon of chopped almonds, 1 tablespoon of chopped cashews and 1 tablespoon of chopped pistachios. And I've just saved a little bit for the garnish. I'm going to also add in sugar. I'm going to add in 4 tablespoons of sugar, and of course it's to taste. It works out wonderful for me, but if you like it sweeter, go ahead. You can also add in sugar-free substitutes at this point. It works out really well. Look at it, so beautiful. The saffron has released a little bit of color. Cook it and again allow it to come to a boil. I've just increased the temperature just a bit. I'm going to let the sugar melt in, and then I'll just give it a really quick taste test and make sure the sugar is enough. It's still easy to add in more if you need to. So why is this called Shahi? Basically, Shahi is royal. So number 2 reasons. One is, it's got a lot of dry fruits in it, and it's made with paneer. Paneer was always considered food of, for the rich. So Shahi means royal, so expensive in other words. But it's just a wonderful name for a simple kheer. So I would safely say that the milk has reduced to from 4 cups to about 3 cups at least. Okay, I'm going to give it a little taste test to make sure that sugar is okay. It's a little on the sweeter side, and it's perfect because I'm still going to add in the paneer. So it'll balance out really well because the paneer is also going to absorb some of the sweetness. This looks good. I'm going to add in the paneer, and anytime I'm adding in paneer, I'm going to reduce it down to the absolute bare minimum, even if I'm standing here. Allow the milk to come to a boil. So honestly, it's up to you from now onwards, depending on how thick you like the kheer. You can have the kheer cold, you can have it hot, and either way it tastes really good. But if you're going to have it cold, you have to understand it's going to get a little thicker, it's going to look a little thicker. So I'm going to let it come to another boil and cook it down just a little bit more so that the paneer soaks in the sugar and the flavors of the saffron, and that's about it, and it's ready. It's come to a boil again, and I'm going to turn off the stove. You can serve it hot, or you can put it in the fridge and serve it cold. So either way works out fine. I'm going to add a little bit of pistachios on the top. You can put some work if you like, the silver paper, and it's ready to serve. It's a moment of truth. Let me give it a try. It's still warm, though I like it a little on the colder side, but it tastes great even warm. It's one of those, kheers are always one of those comfort foods, right? If you were to ask me what it tastes like, I think the best way to describe it is deconstructed Ras-Malai. That's how I'd put it. It's basically Ras-Malai flavors and the textures and everything without the hassle. So just an easier and a deconstructed version of that. So enjoy your Shahi Kheer, and don't forget to subscribe to ShowMeTheCurry.com. It's very simple and it's free, and you'll be the first one to know anytime we release a video. And join us again on another episode of ShowMeTheCurry.com, adding a pinch of spice to your life.